Hello, everyone. This is Keith Evans with Lotus by Bay. I'm currently the CEO of Lotus by Bay. And guys, this is a live that we want to do just to kind of give you an overview of what Lotus by Bay is all about. Lotus by Bay was created by the young lady that you see behind me, which is Miss Patricia Evans. She's a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and she's been involved in the medical field for about 30 years. And the way that this all came about with Lotus by Bay, which is a traditional all-natural sanitary napkin, and the way that it came about, Miss Evans suffered for over, I'm going to say 25 years with her menstrual cycle. And when you talk about being a young woman, being married, and having a menstrual cycle where your cycle is up and down, on a day, off 2 days, back on, and then when you talk about itching, burning, you name it, she went through all of this. And even with her being in the medical field, she couldn't get any results, couldn't find any results. She went to the specialists in Louisiana. She went to specialists in Texas, and no one could tell her what was going on. And like any traditional, a woman that's in the world today, the first thing she gonna do, she gonna look at her husband like, "What you been doing?" And I'm standing there like, "Hey, I'm good, So we need to figure this thing out." So she tried everything, man, and I'm telling you, nothing worked. And I watched this young lady, you see that smile? I watched her go from that, let me get back up here, from that to a person that didn't want to live anymore. She truly said, "I'm tired of living like this, and I just don't want to do it anymore." And I watched her go from a high self-esteem to a low, all because of her cycle. And what's crazy about it, she went from that to what I'm going to share with you, how she bounced back. It's going to be just truly amazing. And we decided to start doing these demonstrations after we found out what was wrong with her and with Lotus, because here was our mindset. If she was struggling like that in the medical field and couldn't get any help, what about all the other ladies that are out there in the world that are suffering too, that don't have a solution, can't find a solution in their love life, marriage life is on the rocks because they can't make love to the one they love. They really can't go out in public because they never know when their cycle is going to come on. And this even happened to my better half. We got some stories that will blow your mind. One in particular was, we went out to eat one night and we were sitting there talking, and that look came over her face like, uh-oh. And I'm like, "What's wrong?" She said, "I think my just come on." And guys, it was to the point that I could see her happiness and fun that we were having that night just sink down like somebody had punched her in the stomach. And being the man and the husband that I am, when I noticed what was going on, I got up, I walked by her, I took my jacket off, I wrapped her around her and act like, we were just hugging each other as we walked out the place. And I never did tell her, but as I looked back and went back to pay, that was feminine flow on the floor. That's how bad it was. And man, she was crushed by the time I got back to the car, and we proceeded to go home. And I said, "We got to find something, man. We got to find something." And that's when, guys, we knew we had to do our own research. And she started diving into the research of everything that she was putting on her body, into her body. And I'm talking about, she went into a full-blown health and wellness journey that really changed our lives, not only for her and what was going on with her cycle, but it changed our eating habit. And guys, I tell you, there was a lot of bad things that happened during those years of her cycle being like that, but a lot of good things came out of it. Number one, our health habits are great. You know, man, I'll be 60 in a few months and I feel great, man. And it's all because of this journey that put us on a health and wellness kick that we watch what we put in our bodies now. But when it comes to her and her cycle, guys, she did so much research after changing up what went on the inside of her, what she was eating. She started looking at the soap that she was bathing with, the washing powder that she washed her clothes with. I mean, the Clorox. She went to the type of underwear that she was wearing. She checked into that. She then checked into the sanitary napkins that she was wearing. And I'm talking about some extensive research. And that for any lady that's here or any woman that's on this live, I want you to think about what I'm saying. If you're a man and you are joining this live, I want Swipe to View more content. I want you to really listen to this and see if your wife is going through this, your girlfriend is going through this, your daughter is going through this, your niece, or anyone that you love that has a cycle. You know, just pay attention for them, because we've been doing this now for about 5 years, and we travel around the country educating our women and our men and young girls and grandmoms about what's causing them to have all of these issues during that time of the month. And there's a lot of people we know without a doubt that will see this live or see this video later on, and they're going to say, that's a man. What does he know about a sanitary napkin? Let me just give you an idea. When you're a man and you got someone that you truly love and you are watching them suffer, you're watching them give up on life, you will learn what you need to learn in order to help them. And that's where I was. I wanted to make sure that I did everything possible to help my wife get back to this, instead of the person that I saw that had given up on life and that went into a stupor, and it became to be a mental thing. It became to be so mental, she wanted to give up on life, as I was saying, that she went back to school after finding out what the problem was. And that's when she went and got the psychiatric mental health part of her schooling. So she could also relate back to our women that were cycle was so bad that it became mental. And guys, you wouldn't believe how bad it could really get. And since my wife had lived it, she tied it all together. And that's why now we have something that we call the Lotus educational platform, where we go around again, go around the country from city to city, town to town, you know, state to state, just educating, you know, our women and men and young girls, grandmoms, schools, churches, everybody about, you know, a woman's cycle and what truly happens. So what I want to do today, I want to share with you our Lotus product and one of the leading brands on the market. And I'm just going to demonstrate to you the difference in the two and what's going on with the two and what caused a lot of the problems that my wife suffered with. And when we found out that that was the problem, guys, we made it a part of our life. We made it a lifelong journey that we were going to help as many women and young girls as we could. And if we could keep one woman from having to suffer, or one young girl from having to suffer the way that my wife had suffered, it would be worth it. And again, we've been doing it for about 5 years, and we truly are enjoying life now because she don't have to suffer anymore. And we've helped so many people that were suffering in silence that we're thankful. You got to go read some of the reviews on lotusbybae. You can go to our website, thelotuselite.com, if you decide you want to purchase some of these products. And again, this young lady is the founder and creator of lotusbybae. And guys, we just want to get this word out that there is help. There is people that care. And guys, if you could get a big enough group together, we will come to your city and do the Lotus educational platform for you where this young lady goes over the entire thing of what she learned, what's causing the problem, and what you can do to help with your issues that you're having with your cycle. So let's jump right into this thing. I'm going to start off, like I said, with the leading brand on the market, one that we've all bought. I bought it for my wife and my daughter, and the Lotus brand that was created by Miss Evans. This is the Lotus. This is the leading brand. The number one thing I want you to notice about the two. The number one brand is thicker. Lotus is thinner. And most people say thicker is better, and we're going to show you that that's not true. But the other thing is, when from the testimonies that we receive, most women, when they are wearing the traditional brand, guys, the ladies always tell us the one thing that we're worried about is, can you see it when they are wearing it? And I've heard it over and over again where the ladies say, they ask their friend, can you see my sanitary napkin? And you'll see women looking at each other's back just to say whether they can see it or not. And this is one of their biggest fears when they're wearing a sanitary napkin, that when they're out in public, people can see it. And now, this leading brand, I want you to know, this ain't no Rudy Poo sanitary napkin. This product right here is $1 billion+ product. So this is not junk. This is a product that's well known in pretty much every household where there's a female. So here's the other thing besides being thick that goes against the number one brand. We asked a question when we were out in the field to every woman that sees us do the demonstration. We asked, do you know why this is open? And I'm asking you guys, you can jump in there and put a comment in there if you know why this is open. Most people don't know why this is open, because here's the deal. This is supposed to be a sanitary napkin, right? That means clean, pure, no contamination, right? But if this is open and it's in a woman's purse, that means everything that's in her purse is in here. Makeup, cookies, chips, you name money, everything is in here, right? But here's the reason, guys, why it's open. If it was completely sealed because of the chemicals that's in this product, it will swell up like a basketball. So they have to open it up so the chemicals can come out. But no matter what's in here, when our women have to have it, they take it, they rip it open, dust it off, and they use it, right? Of course they do. And the reason why they do, is simple. Here's the deal. No woman wants her feminine flow to be all over her, right? So I'm going to just take this and I'm going to lay it right there. Okay? Now, while I got this laying here, I'm going to go ahead and show you Lotus. It's thinner, right? So most of the ladies that we talk to give us reviews say they can't even tell they have it on. So they don't have to worry about whether someone can see it while they're wearing it, because they can't really tell they have it on because it's so thin. The other thing Miss Evans did, most young girls, when they're at school and they pull this out, automatic, everybody knows what time it is, right? And then they start getting the people picking on them and saying stuff because they're on their cycle. We young boys, we don't know any better. But as we grow up, we learn real quick not to play like that. So Miss Evans put her own unique wrapping on. So when a young girl is at school with this, you can't even tell it's a sanitary napkin. And it's shiny. It got a real nice covering on it. And every one of the Lotus products are individually wrapped. And as you can see, completely sealed. Meaning it has no fragrances, no colognes, no bleaches. None of that, none of those chemicals are in this product. It is chemical free, fragrance free, bleach, all of that free, no chemicals. And remember that, no chemicals. That's the catch. Completely sealed. That means it's not contaminated. Mean this is a true sanitary napkin, ladies. And I've gotten pretty good at opening these up. So I'm going to rip this open right there. And again, if you're a lady watching this, really pay attention all the way to the end. If you're a man and you've never seen a man playing with a sanitary napkin, that ought to tell you something is going on. And God, I promise you, it ain't the funny stuff. This is truly about helping someone that you love. So if you was here with me, I would let you rub the two of these. This, we've heard ladies say how rough it is up against their most precious part. And when a woman's feminine flow hit this, with her body temperature being 98.6, then going up even higher when she's on her cycle, guys, it makes it real. That can make her most precious part get real. I don't want to say raw, but it make it get real sensitive down there with this roughness up against it, kind of like sandpaper up against your hand, rubbing back and forth. That can get really sore down there. So this is what we're hearing. But when they're wearing the Lotus pad, it's really soft to the touch. And the reviews that we're getting, women love the way this feels up against their most precious part. So what I want to do now, I'm going to show you the absorbency of the leading brand and Lotus. Lotus is designed to hold up to 10 times its actual weight. Now, most sanitary napkins, they are designed to hold anywhere from 30 to 80 milliliters. 30 to 80 milliliters. Remember that. So when our ladies are out there, you know, in the business world or young girls at school, they know they can't go to the bathroom 3-4 times. So with the traditional brand, you're going to see how they have to sit there wet compared to Lotus. So what I did by talking to Miss Evans and after all her research, I kind of jumped in the middle and I got 50 milliliters in each of these bottles, 50 milliliters. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this 50 on each one of them, the leading brand, and 50 on Lotus. And I want you guys to watch this. Matter of fact, I put a little more on Lotus because I looked at my line. I was a little bit over the line on Lotus. So I put about 60 on Lotus. So we got our, let's say 60-50 on each one of these. Now, we're going to be real, and in the real world, everything has to have time to dry. So when a woman first put this on and her feminine flow hits it, what happens is with the Lotus brand, it pulls the woman's feminine flow to the bottom of this pad. So in other words, it's pulling it away from her body so she'll stay dry here and all the moisture be down here at the bottom of the Lotus pad. And the reason why I want to say that, because I want you to know our pad was designed for, most pads are designed for women in other countries that have a smaller or slimmer build than the women's in the United States. So most of the pads are really too small. So what Miss Evans did, she made this pad longer and wider to fit, you know, the women's with a more healthier frame. So wanted to just let you know that, meaning the longer you wear the Lotus pad, the drier you're going to get. And we're going to prove it. So what I want to do, and I think I'm a pack short here. I was meaning to get that. I want to go over, while we're letting this dry, I wanted to go over with you the 5 different types of the Lotus pads that were designed by Miss Evans. And I wish I could zoom in, guys, but I can't. So our first pad is the Daily Shield. This is a pad that you can wear every day. It's for one of those just in case something happens. And this product, as you can see, it has wings on it, and it has our diamond strip that I'm going to talk about later. And it can be used for that last day of your cycle or right after you come off your cycle. This is what we call it, the penny liner, but by the company name, it's a LifeFlow Daily Shield. It's for that everyday use. And we got ladies that say, hey, I don't use those anymore. Just about every lady, every woman, no matter your age, whether you're 12, 13 just coming on your cycle, or you 50, 60, 70, most women wear at least a panty liner just in case they have a little hiccup where they may have a little feminine flow or a little, the rest of it may leak onto their panty liner. So that's our first product. Our second product is our moderate day pad, our daily shield. This is a product that we say you wear on your last day or so of your cycle. And if you somebody that has a light cycle, our moderate flow day pad is for you. And as you can see, it has the wingtips. It also has our bumper guards. And these bumper guards are designed to keep a woman's feminine flow right here in the middle to give it time to absorb. And the other reason why these bumper guards are here, it holds her feminine flow in the middle so it won't run over onto her undergarment. So as you can see, we got the bumper guard, we got the wingtips, and we got the diamond strip that, ladies, pay attention. When I get to the diamond strip, it's going to really mean a lot to you. And as you can see, the daily shield is about an inch or so longer than the panty liner. Remember, Miss Evans designed this product to fit every woman, no matter what her size is. We have a sanitary napkin for you. Now, our third product is our heavy. And you know what? Let me see. This is our heavy product. That's what it looked like. Guys, that package was even designed by Miss Evans, the Lotus product. And I left off, here's our panty liner. That's what that one looks like. And our heavy is one of our best products. It's for someone with a heavy cycle, a medium heavy cycle, but not a heavy cycle. And as you can see, it has the bumper guards, it has the diamond strip, and it has the wing tips. And again, guys, we're going up in size. So no matter what your size is, Miss Evans has designed this pad for you as well. So you can see that the heavy flow night pad is about almost 2 inches longer than the daily shield pad, right? So we're giving you better coverage and more absorbency in this product with the diamond strip, and we got the wing tips. All right. So this is one of our good sellers here, our heavy. Now, if you're someone that has a really bad cycle, like this young lady that's with us, her testimony is on the site, thelotuselite.com. You could go there and read her testimony. Her cycles were so bad that she would have to get up at least twice a night to change her undergarment, change her PJs, and change the sheets. And she said she was using some of the traditional pads where she would wear 2 of them and it still wouldn't hold. And she tried the Lotus Super Heavy overnight, and guys, she said it held her all night. Now look at the Lotus, the Super Heavy overnight. It is about 2 inches longer than the heavy. And guys, it has the bumper guards on it. Look at those big bumper guards. It has the wing tips to wrap around a woman's undergarment so it won't move. Guys, we got the diamond strip. Guys, this product here is just totally amazing for a lot of ladies that were having those terrible cycles that couldn't find anything that would hold them. This super heavy night has changed the game. And remember, I'm just showing you the size and the benefits of it, but I haven't even got to the diamond strip, so ladies, stay with me. So last but not least is what we call our extreme overnight. And guys, we do really well with this with people with medium incontinence, whether it's a man or a woman. This product is awesome for that. As you can see, it has the bumper guards, it has the wing tips, it has the diamond strip. The diamond strip, guys, just wait till you hear about that. But look, this product is about 2 inches longer than the super overnight. The extreme is, this product is 2 inches longer than this one. And I like to see my wife do the demonstration. She could take the extreme product, which this is our extreme, guys, and she could put this from one side to the other of her shoulder it'll come all the way across. So guys, watch this here. If you have someone that has light incontinence, or one of our elders, guys that have a lot of leakage, you know, and it's embarrassing them because they don't want to go outside because they smell like, excuse my language, urine. Guys, this product is for them. We have so many of our senior citizens that are using this product and they love it. They truly love it. So guys, again, we have our panty liners. We have the moderate flow. We have the heavy, super heavy, and extreme. Miss Evans created 5 products that's truly changing the game. Now, let me get back over here to our demonstration, because guys, you're going to see us traveling around the country. And if you're in South Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, you can go to the Rouse's supermarkets and purchase the Lotus product. Here it is again. Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, you can purchase this product. Mostly down around Baton Rouge, New Orleans, that Homer, Louisiana, all of those areas when it's in Louisiana. So you can purchase this product from Ross's grocery store, supermarket, or you can go to thelotuselite.com and purchase these products, guys, and help us to get the word out. So what I want to do first, I want to show you guys the power of the absorbency. Remember, I put 50 on one and 60 on the Lotus. So on the leading brand, I'm going to put one of these napkins down on each one of them. Now watch this, ladies, stay with me. I know a lot of y'all jump on and jump off, but stay with me on this because you're going to want to share this video, because everybody has someone in their life that they love that's suffering and they are afraid to talk about it. And here I am as a man, I'm breaking this down because I want to get the word out. I help to save my better half, and we want to do the same for you. So I want you to think about this way. Let's say you have a daughter and she's 14, 15 years old at school and her cycle has come on. And she asked the teacher, can she go to the restroom to put on a sanitary napkin? So the teacher tell her yes. So she goes to the restroom, put on her sanitary napkin, and comes back to the classroom. And let's say that all takes about 5 to 10 minutes. So she's back in class, so she takes her seat. And I'm going to demonstrate the weight of her bottom and her body pressing down on that sanitary napkin. And I want you guys to just think about this here. Now, here we go. I'm pressing, and I'm pressing, and I'm pressing, and I'm pressing on both of them. I'm being fair. Remember, I put 60 on the Lotus, and I put 50 on the leading brand. Now, guys, look what happened. Let me tilt that so you can see it. You see, the leading brand is wet. Lotus is almost 100% dry. And I put 60 milliliters on the Lotus, right? And I put 50 on the leading brand, and it's wet. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think, do you think that teacher's going to let your daughter go back to the restroom? No, she's not. So for the duration of that class, she has to sit there wet. Now, do you think she's going to be able to focus on her schoolwork or what the teacher is saying? I highly doubt it, because she's trying to find a dry spot. So as you saw with Lotus, your daughter is completely dry. Why? Because this product is designed to pull her feminine flow to the bottom of this pad, okay? So we're going to keep your baby dry. So number one thing, we're keeping her dry. Now let's go to this product. Let's break both of them down, because we want you to see what's causing the problem, so you can keep this from happening to your baby. And if you know somebody that is already happening to, maybe we can help. So here's the thing. You see that blue dot? Blue dye is not designed to be there, because when a woman's feminine flow hits that at 98.6 and higher, it breaks down and goes right up into her most precious part. That is a no-no. So first of all, it's rough and it has blue dye that's breaking down, going up into a woman's most precious part. But let me see if I can do this. I wish I could let y'all see this. The blue dye has already started breaking down, going onto the absorbency system or the leading brain. So now you know that we're telling the truth about the breakdown. So what I want to do now, I'm going to roll up the absorbency system. Now look at that. If you saw this, you would think this is cotton, right? Because it's white. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not cotton. This is nothing more than the same trash that's in your trash can. And you can go research this for yourself. So I have a little banner here, and that banner is simply saying what's in this. It said, did you know that most supermarket pads, sanitary napkins are made from recycled magazines, newspapers, wood chips, bleach, and plastic, potentially causing harmful elements to the most sensitive area of a woman's body? Ladies and gentlemen, you got it. This is nothing more than trash from your trash can. And what they did, they took this trash, old recycled paper, they took it and they shredded it several times. And then they bleached it many times to make it appear to be white and cotton. But it's nothing more than the same trash that you throw away every day that's being recycled. But here's the deal. When you put that bleach on here to give it the white color, that bleach gives off a chemical. And you go research this, guys. Don't take my word, because we did it. This is how we got here. When you put that bleach on this product, it gives off a chemical called dioxin. Dioxin is 100 times more poisonous than cyanide. When you put this up against a woman's most precious part, ladies, you got it. Here's your problem. The chemicals that's in that product are slowly going up into your most precious part. And let me see here. I had another flyer I was going to share with you about dioxin. But guys, go and Google dioxin in sanitary napkins and see if I'm telling you the truth. When a woman's feminine flow hit this, 98.6 and higher, it breaks down this product, which breaks down the bleach, which releases the dioxin straight into a woman's most precious part. And it is causing a lot of different things, ladies. It causes things that I can't say on here. You have to go Google it. But if you're having issues, ladies, switch this up. Switch this up, because that's what we did with my wife. So what I want to do, I got 2 cups of water that has 100 milliliters. Now remember, I put 50 on here, right? So I'm going to put their absorbency system in this 50 milliliters of water. Now here's the other thing, ladies, that you have to know. Ladies, this here is plastic, meaning no breathability. So when you have no breathability, you have moisture and you have darkness. That's a recipe for bacteria and yeast infection. So because this is made of plastic and has no breathability, it's causing you to have those yeast infections that you got to go and get the medication for. And what we found out, the same company that owns, you got it, this sanitary napkin, owns the medication that you're going to need to get rid of the yeast infection and bacteria. See, it's a vicious cycle. And by the time you get the yeast infections cleared up, guys, you are right back on your cycle. They got our ladies in a vicious cycle. And we even found out they are putting more chemicals into the product, ladies, to keep you on your cycle longer. You got to go through the Lotus educational platform to really get all the meat and potatoes of what I'm saying when it comes to what's all going on with a sanitary napkin and what it's doing to our ladies. But the biggest thing is no breathability. The absorbency, you're going to see the roughness at the beginning, the chemicals, and no breathability is all a no-no, a serious no-no when it comes to our ladies and their cycle. Now, let's break Lotus down. As we said, it's soft to the touch, and you saw for yourself with 60 milliliters how fast it absorbs it. So I'm going to pull our absorbency system off of here. First time it tore up like that, but we'll make it through it. So first thing I want you to see is the outer wrapping. Let me get this off of here. Okay, this is the outer wrapping of Lotus. And I was trying not to tear it. This side piece here, it wraps around the absorbency system to hold it in place. And let's say if your baby is an athlete and she's playing soccer, basketball, whatever the case may be, when she's wearing this part helps to hold that absorbency system in place so it won't break apart while she's out there performing. Here's the other thing. It has holes in it, micro holes in it, so it can breathe. Now remember, you got to get rid of the heat in order for it not to create that bacteria and all of that. We are removing the heat by having these holes in the first layer of Lotus. And this is not some kind of rayon. This is made from a real sheep, like cotton-like skin. It's just the skin of cotton, so it's soft and breathable. Now, here's the other part. Oh, here's the part I was looking for. I thought I left it on there, but I didn't. This is the part that's holding everything in place. I was kind of off. Here's our second part that's holding everything in place. It's also breathable. And as you can see, it was wrapped around the absorbency. So again, if your baby's out there playing sports, this will hold her sanitary napkin in place so it won't fall apart. And this top layer that's up against her most precious part, soft to the touch, breathable, and it's not a rayon. You look at the other one, it was more like a plastic or something. This is just like a real thin layer, like sheepskin, like real cotton, just cotton skin. So let's put that there. Now here's the kit. Here's our absorbency system. This top sheet is the beginning of the absorbency system. It also has some special thing in it to start killing the bacteria. And the bottom is the exact same, the end of the absorbency system. And it also helped to kill bacteria. And I won't go into that too deep because that's kind of like our little special thing. But this thing is 9 layers of comfort. I'm going to take that first layer off. And this is our absorbency system. I'm going to just take this. And I'm not going to even use all of this like I did with the other brand, the leading brand. I'm just going to take this, the absorbency system, and I'm going to put it in the 100 milliliters of water. And I want you to see it for yourself. If you can see that, watch that line. You see it? You see it? Slowly disappearing, ain't it? Guys, you saw me put 60 milliliters of water on this pad, the lotusbybae pad. And then I put the absorbency system in another 100 milliliters. Watch this. Gone. Lotusbybae, new to the market. Look at the leading brand. $1 billion product. We're not knocking it, and we're not going to call a name out of respect. But we're going to take the excess water from the leading brand. We're going to pour it on Lotus. And my wife does a demonstration. She says, so when your baby gets up and go ask the teacher, can she go back to the restroom? She says no. When she go back to her seat, picture your baby sitting down on this. As her weight of her body squeezed down on that pad. Not a good place to be in, right? So we got to put ourselves in these babies' place so we'll understand. Now, I added some more of the leading brand's leftover water, so many milliliters to Lotus. Guys, look, completely gone. Our absorbency system, guys, up to 10 times its weight. And what we did, we took a liquid and we turned it into a solid. And if you was here with me, you could touch this. It's cool to the touch. It was designed that way, and it was designed to help keep a woman cool down there. So everything about this pad that Miss Evans designed was it was designed to benefit our ladies during that time of the month. Now, you remember when we talked about the leading brand, about the bottom part was made out of plastic. No breathability. If you look at this, see those lines right there? Let me see. Well, you can see it. It's some lines there. Those lines are for breathability. If I put it over a cup of steam, the steam would come through, showing the breathability. But if I pour water on this, because of the technology, the water would not go through. It would just pour the water to the bottom, just like it does a woman's feminine flow. And this is not like plastic. It's something like biodegradable, meaning it won't hurt our women and it won't hurt the environment. So that is the Lotus demonstration on the wet dry. And I want to just do a real quick ending on our diamond strip. And I want you to write these down. In this diamond strip it's really beneficial, the things that are in this when it comes to a woman's cycle. There's far infrared, that which help to pull heat away from a woman's core. There's graphene, which help to relax a woman's uterus, meaning when it relaxes a woman's uterus, guys, that means it helps with the cramps. We're not making any medical claims, none at all. You have to try it for yourself, and this is from the women that have used our product. When they wear this, they feel they have less cramping, they're in less pain. This all from their testimonies from wearing this graphene. When they have this on with the graphene, it also helps to kill bacteria, meaning no odor. Women say they used to have odors in the testimony, say they have zero smell now. Women that couldn't go to work because of the bad cramps, or young girls couldn't go to school that wore this, said now they can go to school and they can go to work because the cramps are not as bad where they have to stay folded up in the bed all weekend. But it has far infrared, graphene, it has nano, it has magnetism. This little strip is awesome. And this is the best way to explain the healing effects of this product. And when I'm going to just get a little water off of this and show you when a woman's feminine flow hits this diamond strip, it starts to give off what we call the healing effect. And we got a 7-watt light bulb that we're going to prove to you the power of this graphene strip. When a woman's feminine flow hit this, it does this. Y'all see that? Let me see if I can get it. There you go. That's a 7-watt light bulb. It's not electricity. It won't hurt you. But when a woman's feminine flow hit this strip, guys, that's when the healing effect started. We're not making any medical claim. This is one awesome part of the Lotus by Bae sanitary napkin. Go Google graphene. You ain't got to take my word. You don't know me. Go Google graphene. Go Google far infrared, magnetism, nano. Go. All of it is in this product as a benefit to help our women when they're on their cycle. Ladies, that is a completion of the Lotus by Bae sanitary napkin demonstration. And we travel the country doing this, as well as Miss Evans doing the Lotus by Bae educational platform. Again, if you in South Louisiana, around Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Homer, all of those towns, you could get Lotus by Bae sanitary napkins at Raw's grocery store. If you're in Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, you can also get the Lotus product at those stores, those states at the Ross's store. And if you're not in any of those stores and you want to get it online, you can go to thelotuselite.com and purchase this product. Hey, we want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today on this Lotus by Bae demonstration. My name is Keith Evans. I'm the CEO of Lotus, and I just want to thank you guys for joining me today. Y'all gonna have to stay with me because now I gotta figure out how to end it. Okay, y'all hold up. I was reading some of the comments. Let's see. Again, that's thelotuselite.com. I'm reading the comments, guys, so just seeing who all we got. If y'all missed that website, that was thelotuselite.com.